The execution chamber clock showed 9:18 p.m. Christina Riggs had waited 3 years for this moment, not fighting it, but begging for it. The needle entered her wrist. The same drug that had failed to kill her 5-year-old son was now entering her veins. But wait, let me take you back to when Justin woke up screaming, when the potassium chloride burned through his tiny body like acid, when his mother had to make an unthinkable decision. This is the story the mainstream media won't tell you. The jury took 55 minutes to sentence her, but it only took 10 seconds for everything to go wrong that November night. What kind of mother injects her own child? The answer will haunt you forever. Justin Thomas drew dinosaurs every morning, 5 years old, gap-toothed smile, obsessed with his red tricycle. That Tuesday, November 4th, he'd made his bed without being asked, proud of being a big boy. His sister Shelby, just 2, followed him everywhere, clutching her stuffed rabbit. She'd learned 3 new words that week: butterfly, cookie, and love you. The daycare teacher noticed Justin always saved half his sandwich for Shelby, even when they served his favorite, peanut butter and jelly. "My sister needs to grow big like me," he'd explain, breaking his cookie perfectly down the middle, giving Shelby the bigger half. That final morning, Justin helped Shelby put on her pink shoes. She couldn't tie them yet, so he did it for her, making airplane sounds to make her giggle. The last photo of them alive shows Justin pushing Shelby on the swings at daycare, her curls flying, both laughing. Their grandmother Carol would later say Justin had been teaching Shelby to count. 1, 2, 3, she'd shout, throwing her arms up at 3. Justin would clap every time like she'd solved world hunger. They came home at 5:47 p.m., had spaghetti at 6:30, bath time at 8. By 9 p.m., they were in pajamas. Justin kissed Shelby goodnight. Neither knew Mommy had already written their obituaries. Christina Riggs clocked out at Arkansas Heart Hospital, carrying enough stolen drugs to kill a horse. Potassium chloride. Morphine. The same cocktail is used in death row executions. Her colleagues noticed nothing unusual, just another exhausted single mom heading home. She'd planned this for 48 hours, withdrew her last $200, wrote notes, even pre-addressed the envelopes. The suicide letter to John Riggs, Shelby's father, was mailed that morning, before the murders. Think about that. She dropped her babies at daycare knowing she'd kill them that night. "Special juice tonight," Christina announced, mixing Elavil into their cups. Justin made a face. It tasted funny. "Drink it all, baby. It's good for you." They trusted her completely. Within 40 minutes, both children were drowsy. Christina carried Justin first. 60 pounds of little boy who still believed in Santa. Then Shelby, warm and sleepy, mumbling about butterflies, tucked them in, kissed their foreheads, then pulled out the syringe. The potassium chloride should have stopped Justin's heart instantly, but Christina made a fatal error. She forgot to dilute it. The undiluted chemical hit Justin's bloodstream like liquid fire. His eyes shot open, a scream that made neighbors' dogs bark. "It hurts! Mommy, it burns!" If you're a parent watching this, that scream would have destroyed you. But what Christina did next? Hit subscribe now because this gets worse. Justin thrashed, crying, begging. Christina panicked, injecting morphine. Nothing. More morphine. Justin kept screaming, his small body convulsed. "Make it stop, Mommy! Please!" That's when she grabbed the pillow. Her 5-year-old son fought back. This little boy who drew dinosaurs fought his mother as she pressed the pillow down. His small hands clawed at her arms. Then, silence. Christina stumbled to Shelby's room. The toddler was still sleeping, unaware her brother was dead 10 feet away. Christina couldn't inject her, not after seeing Justin's agony. She placed the pillow over Shelby's face. The coroner noted, minimal defensive wounds. The 2-year-old who said, "Love you" that morning died believing Mommy was tucking her in. She arranged them in her bed, side by side, placed their favorite toys beside them. Justin's dinosaur, Shelby's rabbit, covered them with the blanket they fought over every movie night, even positioned their hands, Justin's over Shelby's, like he was protecting her. The suicide note was clinical. I couldn't leave them behind to be separated, or know their mother killed herself. 28 Elavil tablets, enough to kill 2 adults. Then the potassium chloride injection, but she missed the vein. It burned a hole in her arm instead. She collapsed, unconscious but breathing. Listen, if this is hitting you hard, you need to hear what happened next. Smash that like button right now if you think justice was served. Comment below. Did she deserve mercy? Because the jury's decision will shock you. 19 hours. That's how long those babies lay dead while their mother survived. 19 hours before, grandmother Carol Thomas found them. Her screams brought 3 neighbors running. One was an off-duty EMT who took one look and threw up. No hunt needed. Christina confessed everything from her hospital bed, still hallucinating. 8 minutes of recorded confession, every single detail. Detective Joe Smith couldn't look at her. She described it like a recipe, step by step. No emotion. He'd worked homicide for 15 years. This broke him. The investigation uncovered the premeditation. Christina had researched drug dosages on the hospital computer. IT found the searches. Practiced with syringes on oranges. She'd told co-workers she was exhausted, but never mentioned planning murder. One nurse remembered Christina asking about potassium chloride's effects for educational purposes. Here's what investigators found. Christina had been leaving the kids alone to sing karaoke, Tuesday nights at Bobby's bar. She'd complained to anyone who'd listen about being trapped. One friend testified. She said motherhood was suffocating her, said she loved them, but hated being a mom. But the bomb dropped when they discovered her lie about Oklahoma City. Christina claimed PTSD from treating bombing victims. Records showed she was never there, never treated anyone. Complete fabrication. She'd been in Arkansas the entire time, working at a nursing home. But wait, because what her own mother revealed would destroy any sympathy the jury had left. Carol Thomas's testimony was devastating. Christina called me Sunday, said she needed a break. I offered to take the kids. She said no. Carol's voice cracked. She'd already decided to kill them. I was offering to save them, and she said no. The medical examiner's report was clinical but horrifying. Justin had defensive wounds on his hands and arms. He'd fought for his life. Shelby had petechial hemorrhaging. She'd struggled too, despite what Christina claimed. Both children had been conscious when smothered. The community exploded. Sherwood hadn't seen murder in 2 years. Now 2 children are dead. Neighbors who'd waved at Justin on his tricycle wanted blood. Fry her, one father said on camera. She deserves worse than she gave them. June 1998, packed courtroom. Christina entered, 280 pounds, dead eyes, 0 emotion. She'd gained 50 pounds awaiting trial. The defense played the sympathy card hard. Dr. Anderson testified. Severe depression, sexual abuse from age 7, stepbrother, neighbor, teen pregnancy, classic case of a broken woman. But prosecutor Larry Jegley destroyed that narrative. She planned this, researched drugs, wrote notes. This wasn't depression, it was murder. Then they played the confession tape. Christina's voice filled the courtroom. Justin screamed. I had to shut him up. Several jurors looked away. One covered her mouth. Justin's father, Timothy Thompson, who'd denied paternity, walked out sobbing. Carol Thomas took the stand against her own daughter. She told me Justin begged her to stop. Said, "Mommy, please." She still did it. Carol stared at Christina. She's not my daughter anymore. My daughter died with those babies. If you're feeling sick right now, you should. But I need you to do something. Hit that subscribe button because what happens next changed death penalty history. Drop a comment. Could you forgive her? Because her own mother couldn't. The defense's Oklahoma City bombing claim collapsed spectacularly. 0 records, 0 witnesses, just another manipulation. The prosecution showed Christina's work schedule. She was serving lunch at Shady Oaks nursing home the day of the bombing. Character witnesses for the prosecution painted Christina as selfish. Karaoke bar owner testified she'd been there the night before the murders. Singing Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You," she dedicated it to her kids, who were home alone. June 30th, the jury deliberated 55 minutes. 55 minutes to decide double murder. Guilty. Then Christina stood up and shocked everyone. "I want to die. Give me death. I want to be with my babies." Her attorney tried to stop her. She continued, "I've been dead since November 4th. Make it official. I can't live with what I've done. Please." The jury took 40 minutes this time. Death sentence approved. When the verdict was read, Christina smiled. Actually smiled. Judge Marion Humphrey set execution for August 15th. Christina's response? "Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you." One juror later admitted, "She manipulated us into killing her. We gave her what she wanted. That still bothers me. We became her suicide weapon." Prosecutor Jegley's closing haunts everyone who heard it. "She turned those children into angels, then asked you to send her to join them. Don't be fooled. Angels don't murder babies." McPherson Unit, Arkansas's only female death row. Christina lived in a 6-by-9 cell, alone, concrete bed, steel toilet, 1 hour of daylight daily. She refused all appeals, fired attorneys who filed them anyway. The Arkansas Supreme Court upheld her conviction 6-1. She represented herself demanding faster execution, wrote to the governor weekly, "Please expedite." Other inmates tortured her. Child killers get no mercy in prison, spit in her food. Death threats daily. Guards found feces smeared on her cell door. Someone slipped crushed glass in her meal. She ate it anyway, hoping to die. Christina wrote in her diary, "I see their faces every night. Justin asking why. Shelby reaching for me. Hell can't be worse than this." Her mother visited daily. They'd sit in silence. "What do you say?" "I love you, but you killed my grandchildren?" Carol brought photos of the kids. Christina couldn't look at them. Anti-death penalty groups protested. Amnesty International begged Governor Huckabee for clemency. Christina sent him a letter. "Please don't interfere. I need this. Every day I live is stolen from them." Most death row inmates fight for decades. Christina fought to die faster, because she knew something others didn't. She'd calculated perfectly. If Arkansas didn't execute her, the general population would. Child killers rarely survive long-term imprisonment. She chose the needle over being beaten to death. April 30th, 2000. Transfer to Cummins Unit, T-48 hours. Matesac, 2000. Christina woke at 5 a.m., refused breakfast. Last meal, pickles, apple pie, cherry limeade, foods she'd shared with her kids. She ate alone, crying between bites. Outside, protesters held vigils. Signs reading, "Thou shalt not kill," next to photos of Justin and Shelby. The irony was suffocating. Counter-protesters held signs. "She killed babies. Kill her back." Christina spent the morning with Father Michael. She was at peace, he later said. Disturbingly at peace. Like she was going home. 8:30 p.m. Christina entered the death chamber. Problem: they couldn't find a vein. 18 minutes of searching. Her obesity had hidden them all. Finally, the wrist. She helped them find it. "Here," she said, pointing. "Please hurry." Witnesses included Timothy Thompson, Justin's father who denied paternity but came to watch. Christina's mother stayed home, unable to watch her daughter die. John Riggs, Shelby's father, sat in the back row, stone-faced. "Any last words?" Christina's voice was steady. "No words can express how sorry I am for taking the lives of my babies. No way I can make up for or take away the pain I have caused everyone who knew and loved them. The injection began. Sodium pentothal first, unconsciousness, pancuronium bromide, paralysis, then potassium chloride, the same drug she'd used on Justin. Poetic justice or cruel irony. Her final words, "I love you, my babies. Now I can be with my babies, as I always intended." The potassium chloride entered her bloodstream. Unlike Justin, she felt no pain. It was properly diluted. Her eyes closed. A single tear rolled down her cheek. 9:28 p.m., Christina Marie Riggs declared dead, age 28, youngest woman executed in modern America, first woman executed in Arkansas in 155 years. Stop, right now. If you've watched this far without subscribing, what are you doing? These children deserve to be remembered. Hit subscribe, like this video, share it. Comment below. Was this justice or assisted suicide? Because your silence lets their story die too. One guard whispered. She looked peaceful. First time since she arrived. But was it justice? She got exactly what she wanted. Her children never got to choose. They died, terrified, confused, betrayed by the one person who should have protected them. Timothy Thompson left without speaking. John Riggs told reporters, "My daughter is dead. Her mother is dead." There's nothing else to say. The execution room cleared. Christina's body was cremated. No funeral, no burial, just ashes, like her children's futures. The state spent $800,000 to give her what she wanted, death. Justin and Shelby's lives were valued at 55 minutes of deliberation. Christina's case revolutionized Arkansas law, mandatory mental health evaluations, medication monitoring for healthcare workers, background checks for nursing positions. Too late for Justin and Shelby. Sherwood built Angel's Garden playground where the duplex stood. Every November 4th, someone leaves 2 toys, a dinosaur, a stuffed rabbit. Nobody knows who. Carol Thomas created a foundation for struggling mothers. If just one mom asks for help instead of, she never finishes that sentence, can't, won't. The volunteer execution phenomenon exploded nationally. Death row inmates abandoning appeals tripled after Christina. Suicide by state became a recognized issue. But here's the haunting question. Mental illness or pure evil? Dr. Anderson maintains she was sick, not evil. Failed by every system meant to protect her. Prosecutor Jegley disagrees. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it looks like mommy. Justin would be 35 today. Maybe married. Maybe a father. Teaching his own son to ride a tricycle. Shelby would be 32. Perhaps a nurse like her mother. Instead, they're forever frozen. 5 and 2. Trusting mommy completely until the very end. Their story reminds us that depression kills. Silence kills. Isolation kills. If this hits you, you owe it to Justin and Shelby to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share this story. Your comment below matters. Was Christina a victim or villain? Next, Susan Smith drowned her kids for her boyfriend, but Christina killed hers for love. Which is worse? Click here to find out.